Hello, everyone. How's it going? So it looks like I got a little bit confused about what time it was, and the stream was supposed to start at 8, but it's starting at 7 now because I started it. So, you know, sorry about that, but I'm glad it looks like some new people were able to make it for the first time here. Hello, Nigrum Tigress. Hi, Meltox, new to the channel. Wow. And Prodigy, hello. And Just Conrad. Familiar faces, Troy Brentnell, JF Gerard. How's it going, everybody? We're gonna do an art stream tonight. Just a nice chill little art stream. This works better for your time zone. Better than an hour from now? Is that I might consider switching it up if this works considerably better for people. Still trying to figure out this whole streaming schedule thing, seeing what kind of works best, what everybody likes, etc., etc. It's 2 in the morning, but you needed to watch this stream. Wow. Oh, you're at work. Okay. Okay. Time zones. Everybody's all over the place. It's awesome. Just move the chat over here a little bit. There we go. Oh, you work nights. Okay. Yeah, it's also evening for me. Usually I work tonight, but I'm off because the 4th is tomorrow, so that's why I got a little confused about the time. Oh, hold on, we have a guest. Come on in, buddy. Good boy. Franklin has decided to grace us with his presence. And he'll just be chilling in the back. Here, maybe I can get him in the frame. There you go. Yeah, Otavio, it was going to start in 1 hour, and I got confused because I had the day off from work. So I accidentally started it an hour early. Hello, Just a Human. Sorry for anybody who's like watching this later and they're like, I had this in my calendar for this exact time. Wait, this is so weird. Never been in a stream before. Hey, welcome, DJ. Welcome to your first stream. Just a Human mid-coding right now. Have fun. I was just doing something pretty similar a little bit ago. And debugging some new stuff for the decorations in the new area. Should I make a 2D or 3D game? Depends on whether you want to learn drawing or 3D modeling. If you don't have either of those skills. If you have one of those skills, then that should probably inform which one you want to make. 3D is pretty popular, but 2D, I just like it. I like drawing. All right, so oh, hi Franklin. So I'm gonna start sharing my iPad here. Just a second. And also, I want to first off welcome my first members, Shane Patel in the Skull Brigade, Lucius Dawnbreaker in the Spine Squad, Cordelia Dwyer in the Bone Band, and Ducky LaRue also in the Bone Band. Just today, the memberships opened up. And so if you're feeling so inclined and you want to have like a sick badge by your name when you comment in chat, you can hit that join button that's probably on the screen right now. I don't know because I'm seeing a different user interface, but and then you'll be able to use the special disinherited emoji, like the bone, the classic bone, the skull, a Keck Keck W that's based on Charles the dad. And what's the other one? The cat, of course, the cat. uh, TIL, what a triangular number sequence is. I don't know what a triangular number sequence is. Unless it's just a different name for something that I have maybe learned before. Am I going to add co-op to the game? I would love to. That's, you know, a stretch. Oh, always Aiden. Hey. We got a member! AJ Havoc, welcome to the Spine Squad. Amazing. Welcome and thank you. Um, what was I gonna say? Am I going to add co-op to the game? And Prodigy, welcome to the Bone Band. Amazing. Totally understand if you're too broke for that. I would be too, and I don't want it to be a hardship for anybody. When am I checking the minigame recommendations? They close in 2 weeks from 2 days from now. So 2 days and 2 weeks. And right now there were last I checked there were like 250 submissions. So there's a lot to comb through there. I'm really excited. My mod team's going to be helping out too, so it's not just me making an arbitrary decision because there's so many. It's so cool. Oh my gosh, Prodigy, welcome to the Bone Band. Just a Human, welcome to the Bone Band. Woo! And Salad Shooter's here. Nice. Salad Shooter's been doing some awesome art. Oh, it looks like we have another guest. Hold on. This is a very rare appearance. Come on in, Missy. Good girl. Missy's here. Hey, Missy. She is the goodest girl in the world. But she's also a very nervous girl, so she's almost never around when I'm filming or doing anything. Hi, Marisha. Yes, it is a door. It's a door that I've soundproofed a little bit for recording purposes. This is Missy. She came to us named as Missy. I love dogs too. Yes, it is a very secret door. Yes, we got the second. Isn't she so pretty? She's such a nice girl too. They are both a little traumatized right now because of the fireworks. She's a whippet, but she's a very big whippet, so she's like almost greyhound sized. I also made a recommendation, Dryden. Oh, like a minigame recommendation? I cannot wait to read them. I'm trying to wait a little bit so that they aren't so that they can all be like scrubbed of any identifying data because I don't want to have any bias because I recognize a lot of your names now. Oh, thank you. Hi, I love your videos from Up Ride On. Now they're both really jealous of each other's petting. How much is the game going to cost? I'm aiming for a $9.99. I think that's going to be very doable, and I think there will be enough exciting content to justify that. And yeah, but it will still be like not too high. It's still my first game. Need more love, and they always need more love. And my sister's scared of fireworks and bubble wrap. Yeah, they really don't like thunderstorms either, and we've been getting our fair share of those. Yes, it will be on Steam first, and then hopefully I can port to Switch and other consoles, Xbox and PS4. And I will, I would love to add updates to the game. I have almost endless sort of content that could be involved in the game. You can always add more areas, more bosses, and storylines and stuff like that. So I don't know, more relics also, more playable characters. So there's always like there's lots of stuff in mind. It's just like how much can I, justify continuing and et cetera, et cetera. But I really love the game, so I'd love to just keep working on it for like, 5 years or something. They make hug blankets for doggos. I should get one of those hug blankets. Especially Missy could really do it. I don't know if it'd help her though. She's so panicked all the time. It's worth buying. Oh, thank you for adding it to your wish list. If anybody hasn't wishlisted Disinherited yet, I would love it if you would. How many bones is too many? We haven't hit the ceiling yet. I'll tell you that much. Well, I make merch. I don't know. Also, it depends on how much demand there is for it and stuff. But I'd love to. Can't wait to get a higher tier once I start getting paid. Start a new job next week. Your content and quality is severely underrated. Keep it up. Oh, thank you, Just a Human. That's really nice. And your first ever super. That is so sweet. Thank you. Add e to the pi times 1 bones. What is e to the pi? What would that be? I can't do math that complex. You're asking me to do exponents. Aren't fireworks until the 4th? Yeah, there's going to be a lot more tomorrow night. They'll just be down here in this semi-soundproof basement. And yeah, people, at least where I am, it's like 10 days before it's legal to do fireworks, so people are doing it just all the time. So outrageous. I mean, I think they're pretty. It's just, they're loud and doggies really don't like them. And I like it when my dogs aren't scared. All right. Let's get started with some art. Um Oh, thank you, Otavio. Yes, the eventual Kickstarter, it's coming. It's coming. Euler number to the power of pi. It's basically a nightmare to get a number from that. E to the pi I equals -1. Oh, right. The most elegant theory in all of math. It's beautiful. What are we doing? We are. Let's go to the iPad. We're doing some decorations for the monastery area. So right now, I'm trying to do this without revealing any spoilers. um But this is the monastery area where our boy Silas hangs out, literally, in a bunch of chains, looking like a spider. He is he is a part of a sect that worships pain on the grounds that pain seems to extend time. Well, hours spent in pain are seem to take longer. So, being very in pain will make you live forever. And that's what his followers believe. Silas and Charybdis. Oh wow, that would be a pretty nice joke if I made Charybdis instead of the instead of the maelstrom. Because then you could have Silas leading into Charybdis if you wanted to. That could be an achievement if you do the monastery and then Charybdis. I'll give that some thought. How does Silas look? Silas has had a little bit of a redesign. Hold on, I'm gonna hold on, face only. We're gonna do a stealth swapperoonie because I don't want to give any spoilers. There's a pretty big redesign that happened this week, but I can show you how he used to look. Franklin, you gotta go lay down, buddy. You gotta go lay down. I already took you outside. You're being a little needy. Okay, where's old Silas? Well, this is close enough. Here we go. Wacha. This is what he looked like mostly. He's sad because he wants me to pet him endlessly. He won't stop. Well, you won't tell, but then this will be up on the VOD will be up later. So yeah, you can see Silas is kinda scary. Um he's like hanging from the ceiling. He's got some, anatomic impossibilities going on that looks really, really stressful on the body, to say the least. And lots of dangling, lots of blindfolded. It's hang in there. It's chivalry. Hang in there. Silas does want you to pet him endlessly, but like with like a cat of nine tails or something. Like whatever is gonna hurt the most, that's what he's in for. Anatomy is lame. Who needs it? Yeah, especially when you're like an undead creature who's been sucked into death's domain to live forever and suffer. Who needs anatomy? You can do whatever. An area with two main bosses. I do have a duo boss planned up. Looks like a chandelier. Yeah, some kind of chandelier. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if I've seen the masochist episode of Rick and Morty, but yeah, I mean, there's masochisms like it. Except it's masochism. He would enjoy it. I don't know if he really enjoys it. Zaggy, welcome to the Bone Band. Thank you. Hey, Kitten Lord. Sorry. In case anybody's here, like, the thing said it was going to start later. What's up? Uh, it's just I just messed up. I didn't know what time it was, and I forgot everything. So we just started the stream. It's happening. Greek letters as relics, or the relics have Greek letters, and when you upgrade them, it goes from like the alpha to the beta to the gamma version. That could be kind of sick. And then the last one's like the omega version of the relic. One idea I've been kicking around is like upgrading the relics themselves. Okay, now I'm gonna go back here. Oh, have a nice sleep, Totoro. Yes, sir. Hang in there. Okay, hold on. Face only. Returning to the decor. And back to iPad and face. Okay, Franklin, you're going to have to go upstairs if you can't behave. Come on. You want to stay, Mickey? You can stay. You can stay. Up, right on. Welcome to the Bone Band. I hope I didn't miss calling out anybody who joined, because I am very grateful to anyone who is. I've done a lot of legless bosses. Love to see headless ones in the mix. Food for thought. There's a very specific reason, but I don't want to extrapolate too much on what that is. Flagellation is the term for what he's doing. Religious fanaticism, self-mutilation. This actually started happening around the time of the Black Death, so that might be something to work with too. Yes, indeed. Mortification of the flesh is one of the ways of saying it. Alpha Sigma Ohio. Yeah, the relics that are just frat houses. Okay, so what should we have in here? Oh, you're going to have this on in the background while you do some own programming. Currently making Hollow Knight in 3D, but you're the final boss. Sick. That sounds amazing, and I can't wait to watch that. We know I love Hollow Knight. Sigma letters summation of all the other relics. So I have here already an altar looking very spiky and bloody, implying perhaps that you might lay on this to, have a terrible time. And then I have these 3 different varieties of banner that'll be hanging. One of the... Got a little hair on the iPad. One of the official colors of this area is yellow. It's torture devices like racks and Iron Maidens. Yes. Yes. Of A Quiet Place. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen The Quiet Place. Who lays on the bed of nails in that? I remember the one nail in that movie that traumatized me every time I think about stairs now. So we should definitely have a rack. Let's see what a rack will look like, because that's actually extremely important for one of the mechanics. I won't say which one. But there's an enemy. Let's pull it up on the main screen. Whoop. What do we do? Like, torture stretcher rack? Okay, there we go. Oh boy. This is actually not what I thought this was gonna look like. Okay, so there's kind of like a ratcheting device over here on the one side. It's more of a table than I thought. Oh, this is like kind of more what I'm thinking, or what I was thinking. Jeez, that's a big lever. Breaking wheel or brazen bull? Breaking wheel. Medieval. What are these? Oh, wow. That's messed up. I feel like this is totally something out of Blasphemous. I mean, something out of real life, which was put into Blasphemous. Like, let's be real. Whoa. Yeah, I think that would be a nice different silhouette to anything we have here. The breaking wheel. Let's see what... Yeah, they were brutal a couple hundred years ago. Although the Iron Maiden in particular was a myth that was come up with by people in later centuries to make medieval people look more more brutal than they actually were. But this one looks legit. That doesn't mean I'm not going to put it in the game. I'm going to put an Iron Maiden in the game. What's the other one? It was a Breaking Bull. Was it? There was something bull? Brazen Bull. Hadn't heard of that one. I can type too. The bronze bull, Sicilian bull, or bull of Phalaris. Wait, let's look at just images to start with. Oh no! Oh no! That is not it. Pillories and stocks, smart. Puppet that someone controls with rope, sick. That would be a really sweet boss. It made your screams sound like a bull. That would be some horrific sound design moment. Whoa. I mean, and it's gold, so like it kind of goes with the yellow. This is so messed up. Who comes up with this stuff? Holy cow. Holy cow is right. The most literal. Okay. This not the puns. Always with the puns. I have to encourage this. Okay, and then let's have stock and pillory. Pillory. Those are separate things. Are they? Stocks? Okay, they're kind of the same thing. Yeah, I mean, this just totally makes sense to have in there. Aha! They look like they're actually having a fun, silly time. Like, ooh, my legs through this one. Oh, look at your legs through that one. Mine's through this one. Let's draw some of these. Okay. So this is like kind of the background color. And wait, let's look up Spanish donkey too. That's also completely new to me. Wooden horse device. Oh, yeah, this is just a gymnastics event. No. He's about to be doing some like sick flips on it. What? A way to die. Do I even want to know? Oh, they have them weighed down. Oh no. Oh. Oh, I can't even look up the Blood Eagle. I do know what that is though. I've seen Midsummer. That's one of my favorite movies. Oh yeah, that's smart. Hopefully Google wouldn't have anything NSFW pop up. Hopefully we have safe search engaged on this one. I'm gonna have some like my FBI agent's probably like, what's going on? But he's also probably watching the stream, so he gets it. Like he knows why this is happening. You look away for 4 minutes and come back to medieval torture devices. Yeah. Okay, so this is like the wait, I gotta go back to the iPad. This is like the background that we got going on. Vaguely, it's not going to be scaled exactly like this. Let me move over here. There we go. So now I'm actually in the middle of my frame. Just a normal stream is what this is. Just a normal stream. Right, they're going to understand. Like, if he's been following me for all this time, he knows what I'm up to. Or it's the best cover ever. So for this background, we want them to not pop off of it too much because we want these won't be interactable. We do need some destructibles though too. So we do need those to kind of pop forward a little bit. And then to show you what the kind of the vague idea of what the tile map looks like, it's kind of like this. So, and then already this is kind of showing me that the outlines on these banners are a little bit intense. They might also get blurred out a little bit, but let's just start with a little touch up on that. Just do a little. Looks like I'm gonna have to go from the inside on these. Because they are full all the way to the edges. Another option that I might consider is actually just Actually, I'm going to consider it by literally doing it right now. Just alpha locking these, sampling the color from here, and then taking kind of like a painty brush and just going a little bit like this to kind of, so it's darker than the rest, but it's not going to be as pronounced like as an outline. Let's get rid of some of that. Let's get some of that little blood color over here. We'll see. This might look really wild in the game, and that's okay. I'll have to come back and fix it. We're gonna do some, there we go. Just kind of like hide the edges a little bit. I'll also be in the background. Does the symbol mean anything? It does. I don't know how much I want to say about it, but it's kind of a little emblem for the chained monastery that I designed yesterday. Um, Both to kind of, so like Silas himself, right? He's like, oh, I need a new layer. So Silas himself, he's kind of like this, like he's like dun dangling. There's his face. And then he has these like chains that are holding him up from here like that. So the emblem kind of a little bit suggests that shape. Also, it kind of in and of itself looks a little bit chain-like. You can kind of see the holes in there. And then it's also the design of the monastery itself kind of would have this like this A-frame situation, or I imagine that Silas's monastery would, if you could see the exterior, would look a little bit like that. And then the upward triangles are also kind of like the idea of like ascension, ascending. And then last, there was one other thing about it. Oh yeah, like this it's a fractal pattern. So there's like, I don't know, like part and parcel of their like philosophy is it has to do with like smaller and smaller. I don't want to get into all that yet. There's layers. There's a reason for it. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret. Unless you want to make a 3-hour lore video about it, you can do that. If you buy the membership of the Skull Brigade, can you then choose your name that's in the credits? No, I would love if you do that. Like leave a comment or send me an email or something. Just tell me how you want to be credited, and I'll use that name. How does he attack? I guess I might as well fill in on this because it's all good context. So he hangs up here, and then there are these like swords in the floor that you get a little warning, and then they go cha cha, and then there are also like weapons in the wall, and they go pa-cha pa-cha, and then he also has these two dangling like chain hook things that will like activate, and then they go and they will like strike at you wherever you happen to be, but you can catch them or you can bash them back and hit him. Kitten Lord, welcome to the Bone Band. Thank you so much for joining. Game theory is waiting their turn. Fractal or infinite life mortality. Stop! You can't figure it all out. The Bone Band is growing. Exactly. MatPat is done. The torch has been passed to all of us. Where can you get the membership? Oh, weird. It says join, so it should say join under this video or any of my other videos or on my channel page, and that's where you can do that. Maybe a background sword trap similar to the magician's box. That would be kind of awesome. If he's spider-like, you could make one of the enemies of the area spider-based, like the one from Limbo that hides in the walls and strike as you come near. Oh, I need to play Limbo probably. But yeah, so one of the traps that's in the area is going to be like to prep you for the boss, because I love that kind of concept. Like swords that are hiding like inside the walls, and they do a little peek out, and then they go shaka. So if you're trying to climb, then you're in trouble, or you might get in trouble. Cat emoji, yes. Do the chain hooks look too much like Elfish Hook, considering there's a sea theme boss with the pirate ship? Yeah, I mean, I did do Silas first. They do look a little like anchors, but I don't know. Maybe I could redesign those chain hooks to look more like these the Ascension logo and have them be more triangular than hooky. Second Hands is here. Heck yeah. One time in 2019, I referred to Skulltown and Apex Legends as Bone Town. I'm still embarrassed. I can't roast you for that. I don't know the difference. I haven't played much Apex. I bet you've gotten a whole lot of game suggestions recently. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Spooky900 says, thank you for the super. Will you ever add the ability to summon minions? Example, every 10th hit summons a drone that shoots 3 to 5 bullets before disappearing. It's certainly possible. It's certainly possible that something like that would be added. For wall traps, make sure they're yeah, exactly. That's why I would have them kind of do a little peek through and then they go. Or maybe there's something like over the wall that's like a oh, you can hear Franklin trying to get in. Maybe there's something over the wall like this that's like a little like bolted in or something like that. Like you can tell. Ah, this is not the place you want to be climbing. Aha. Yeah, he will definitely have like scary chain sounds when he moves. Hold on. Let's see if Franklin wants to behave now. Little boy. Yeah. Yay, Isla's here. Huzzah. Hey, it's Franklin. Okay, let's get some let's get a new layer. What should we do first? Should we do the wheel, the brazen bull, the stocks and pillory, the rack, or the Spanish donkey? What do you think? I'm opening this up to chat. I get one for wheel, wheel made of bones. My vote's on the holy cow. All of them. I probably will do all of them, but we're just, what are we doing first? Bull made of bones. Okay, we're doing a wheel made of bones. It is written. Okay, so let's get a new layer open. Let's do the little sketch. Okay, so I think it should be yay big, perhaps. This will be a little bit taller than Samuel. Seems about right as a torture device. Hello, Francisco. Thank you for being here. Just arrived to stream. Have I seen Judas Cradle? No, I haven't. Is that a torture device or is it a movie? Or perhaps I guess it could be a person, but probably not. Okay, let's do another little circle inside. I feel like the edge would still have to be made of wood, even if we're having the spokes be bones, right? I don't know how you'd get like a giant round circle of bone. Pyramid head torture device in reference to the Judas cradle. Okay, we're gonna check it out. Oh, okay, hold on. This is for everyone. Oh dear. Yeah, that's a good shape. That's definitely a good silhouette. And it really jives with the thingy. The logo. The emblem. The logo. My monastery's logo. Let's see. Yeah, what is this random anime girl doing here? That's a deviant artist by Judas Cradle. Okay. Back to iPad and face. Okay. do a little dun dun dun. The wheel. I need another reference here. Okay, so the spokes tend to be pretty close together. Go like that. Like this. Let's do a little of this. A little of that. Quacha. And these I will turn into bones. For sure. Dun, 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 dun. Awesome. Now I feel like if these are, should they be two bones? Because they're pretty big, right? Could be something like one here and then one here. That could be pretty gruesome. Maybe in that case, is it possible for... Oof. Just looking at some people on these things. It doesn't kind of really matter. So we might... Could we get away with another circle in the middle here? And then have bone here. And then bone out there. Meltox, I'm not live tomorrow, but I will be live on Monday, and then I've got a devlog premiering on Friday, so hopefully I'll see you at one of those. Large femur connecting from the wheel to the middle. So, like, these ones are like the big femur. Juncha. I like how, like, a lot of this game, it's, like, kind of creepy and cute, but like, it's largely pretty cute, right? Like, it's kind of got a little bit maybe of a melancholy, cute, creepy aesthetic, and then this zone is just, like, totally as bad as it gets. In terms of, like, just horrific stuff. Yeah, I think this is showing a lot of promise here. Oh yeah, Cult of the Lamb. Good stuff. Mauritia is playing that right now. And I'm one of the cultists. Oh, there's a cultist named after me. In case that wasn't clear. Let's get the background out so I can more clearly see what I'm doing. Here. Background. There we go. That's a nice... Oh man. I didn't remember if I actually made it a circle or if that's just kind of a weird ellipse. There we go. That's close. Beautiful circle. Thank you, Procreate, for fixing my sins. Then let's make this, yeah, there we go. I could totally be using the symmetry tool right now. That would probably be a really nice and convenient way to do this, but I think it's going to look kind of better if I am a little bit off, you know? If, like, each bone has a little bit of different character. Oop. This is going to get increasingly difficult as the angles get worse for my hand to draw. The first one's not too bad. But I don't want to, like, spin because it could be really disorienting for you to watch, even though usually when I'm drawing, I'm, like, constantly rotating, zooming, just to get the, like, the best angle for my hand and stuff to draw. There we go. There we go. This one's kind of broken. It's got weird edges, but then a very clean this one. Not liking that so much. Let's go with that. There we go. Much less suspicious. Mel talks, I can't wait to play this game. It's probably going to be my favorite game. To see the process of a legendary game being made is awesome. Thank you. I hope it ends up legendary. Who needs symmetry? Not me. Nobody. Things always look a little better when a little off. IMO. Agree. Yeah, I don't want to rotate the canvas because then, like, it'll be like, whoa, to watch. But I could rotate the entire iPad, theoretically, and that wouldn't be... This isn't a problem for anybody. Yeah. Still kind of sus, TBH. You're not wrong. Ewan Robinson, welcome to the Bone Band. Thank you. Wait, okay, which one looks the most sus? It's the bottom one, isn't it? Let's see. There we go. That's better, right? Sufficiently bone-like without the sussy atmosphere. Let's see. That's going to be too large, and then it won't. Like, if I try to do this and circle it again, it gets as big. I feel like there should be a way to resize a circle that you've just corrected in that way. Let me see if that works. If I hold down my fingers on it. Nope. Oh, definitely not whatever that was. Okay. There we go. Now let's... So as long as you resize it first. Let's see what happens here if I... Oh yeah, that circle is not centered. That should be the center. Let's try it now. Yeah, that's way better. Okay. So as long as I can... Let's actually just start a new layer. Then I can resize freely. The bones are creating an illusion. Let's see how this is. Much better. Still a little movement, but hey, if you're like in whatever times and you're constructing this, you're not going to be perfect either. There's going to be a little wobble in that wheel, I would bet. Let's lengthen some of these guys. Dun, 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 dun. Such line work. Very wow. Bone, wheel, bone, wheel, bone, wheel. My bone circle has 0 wobble. Okay, brag about it. Yes, it is a torture wheel. Alt account. Rotate, rotate. Wheels can be imperfect too. Yes, it does look, it looks aged. And also like it was constructed by people who are more like, less of craftspeople and more like, how bad is this gonna do things to people, you know? How bad is this gonna hurt? They had an agenda, and the agenda was not making a beautiful wheel. In retrospect, I probably should have done that inner circle sooner. Because then I could have lined up the bones with it much more correctly. There we go. Now these are literally shaping up. Good. I don't like this one very much. I don't pick favorites, but I don't care for that one. Okay, let's duplicate that, shrink it down. This is going to be our inner wheel. Great, and then one more. Le centre. Get in there. Oh. And erase it. Took all that trouble. Oh, come on. Give me the circle. There we go. Okay, now for the inner bones. These ones can be like... Let's just combine all this group and flatten. These ones can be like, I feel like ribs. Like, what else would go here? Nah, let's just have them all be ribs. That's what you'd be able to get the most of. Step right up. Who wants to take a spin on the bone wheel? Let's have this one be very ribby. That's it. Nice. Didn't line up. So, but that works. That works. Okay. Oh, a collarbone. That would work. Radius and the ulna. Yes. See, I knew this was a good idea. Now there will be even more bones in the game. Which I think is probably the biggest selling point of the game at this point, is like how many bones there are. It's not mechanics based. It's really just all about the bones. Oh, you know what I'm going to do instead of that? That's really annoying, what I was about to try to do. But this, well, that's even more annoying. It didn't work. Oh, I duplicated the wrong layer. Here we go. Kacha, the very zen. Ah, so relaxing. Just color in all the bones. This is really nice. I think somebody would hang this up in their house, maybe. You know, could see this on I don't know, what's that one? The Magnolia people, Chip and Joanna Gaines. What's that show called? Feel like they'd be into this. I actually hate it when the devlogs aren't just cataloging the new bones added. Same. It's a disappointment. Disappointment herited. Okay. That's looking good. We're getting somewhere now. Now let's add in the... Oh, no. Not that. Not that. What? Oh, because I... One little open spot up there ruins the whole thing. Is that going to be too dark? Let's find out. Background. Let's go just a little bit lighter. Not as light as the you can stand on this, but just a little bit lighter. Cool. Now, let's open up a layer up here. Clipping mask. We're going to add in the texture. My favorite thing for wood texture is this dry brush. So let's get it to the right size. Kind of just quickly adds in that little bit of a grain, and then I tend to like go over it with a light version too. Nope, that's not quite light enough. There we go. Does muck have bones is an excellent question. Also, hi, Alan. Alan and I go way back. Can there be a crazy old man who's lost his mind in the dungeons as a representation of the community's obsession with bones? You know what originally, the very first line that old Red Eye says to you, that's the shopkeeper, and he also does the tutorial. The very first line that I wrote for him is another explorer here to I don't remember, here to traverse the here to plumb the depths, another bone for the bone pile. Literally in the first line of dialogue. And now it's taken on a life of its own, let's say that much. Oop. Oh, what is happening here? What is that little like effect? There we go. Not bad. And then this one would be a cross because you would be cutting a disc out of wood. Now let's get a little, just to help it out a little bit more with the text, yeah. Let's get a little spectra in there. That's a nice brush for drawing lines. Chun, 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 chun. Let's get some more, like, bigger texture in there, too. I think this other wood is a little redder. Yep, just a little bit redder. Not that it needs to be the exact same. Okay, cool. Let's get a little texture on the bones. The bones I like to have a little bit of yellowiness. Well, not that little amount though. Let's go on. That's too big. There we go. Just to kind of, yeah, there we go. Look a little aged. Shocked by how easy this looks, even though it's difficult. It is about as easy as it seems. It's most of it is that I've already made a lot of the decisions because my process for how I do these assets is set because I've just been doing pretty much this exact workflow for like a couple of years now. And like I vary it up here and then, like the art style is like different for Disinherited than Lighthoof, but because like I already kind of made the decisions, I don't have to think about it too much. So it looks easy, and it kind of is. Like there's way better artists than me and all over the place in this very chat. Let's see. I also like to put like little markings on the bones too, just to rough it up a bit. Show some kind of something with them. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. And these won't need much because they're so tiny. Just a little roughening goes a long way. Sorry guys, I'm gonna go watch some TV with my family. Catch me up on the stream tomorrow. See you later, Salad Shooter. Thanks for being here. If not a bloody effect, maybe a rotting effect. There should be some blood on here too. There's blood all over this place. So what if... Let's see, am I actually done with this? Not quite. I want to do one little layer of... Oop, not drawing assist. Get out of here. Alpha lock. Not alpha lock. Clipping mask. Let's do a little add layer. Just a very quick... Kind of helps a little bit of like light around the edges will help it be set off so you can really see the shape. And also there's got to be the whatever supporting device on here as well. So whatever holds up the wheels has to be drawn too. Let's make that a little subtler. Yeah, that's pretty good. What usually holds these up? It is So it looks like there's two different varieties. What was this? Have I considered reading for audiobooks? Oh man, I'd love to. That'd be so cool. I had a friend who was writing a novel who asked me if I would do the do it for her book, but it has not been completed yet, so there should be something in the centerpiece, be it gold, bone, or iron. Yeah. Let's put a little cuz something's going to have to put like be it it's going to have to be driven through something, right? Oh geez, what the heck was that? Stay focused. We have a disinheritance on the line. True. Yeah, there should also be a body hanging on the wheel. Why is the stream is so late? I'm just trying out lots of different stream times. I don't know if this one's gonna stick around, but I for me it's evening and it's kind of chill. But I know if you're in Europe especially, it is not it. This is insomniac hours. But you know, night owls gotta stick together. What did I miss? Dryden, you were so real for bone mark number 15. That one went hard. Thank you. I dedicated that one specifically to you, so I'm super glad that you noticed. Oh, that's messy. Why is that? Why is it so weird? This should be done. Is it being blocked or something? Okay, no, it's not. Oh, it's being covered by this, this normal blend mode layer here. There we go. That's good. That kind of it's just the tiniest amount of shape. Nobody's gonna be able to see this. Whatever. That's fine. So this is the next layer that we're gonna do. Let's do the support. This seems to be one of the prevailing support methods for these. And then we would have like a cross beam here, and then a T going down there. I like that. Okay. Let's get rid of that background again. This one I bet will come together a lot faster. Oh, not that thick of lines. Nuh-uh. Need to be able to see this. Let's move. Well, I like how I was like, let's get rid of the background, and then I did not. Here we go. It's almost just too thin of a line. Let's go across here. Nope. Picking between a general idea of that little like painted sketch line. Let's go here. Awesome. And if anybody's joining the stream newly, we're drawing torture devices for a bunch of monks who worship pain. This kind of looks like a metronome, which is its own little torture device. If you're a musician. Let's see now. How would I assemble this? Probably like that, and then there's like an imaginary one that goes like back like that behind, and then this one would be like, let's imagine this one goes backwards. So it's slightly receding. No. Yeah. Nope. Just gets slightly narrower as it goes back. Oh my gosh, this is so off center. Classic. Okay, I think that's probably about enough for that. Let's have this plank continue up. this one continue up, and then they kind of meet in the middle. And there's some kind of joint there. But then, oh no, this one is laying in front. Does not continue behind. There we go. And then you would need to have a screw here to hold that in, screw there. Everyone will, of course, be looking at this very carefully behind the wheel to make sure that I've adequately constructed the correct support. Actually, now that I'm looking, there would be a front one too. So this is actually going to go in front. And then that back one, forget about that. Never happened, even though I spent all that time trying to make it accurate. How about a bone saw? It is a saw made of bones and as a weapon. Love it. I love it. Slashing damage. Very slow, though. Slow slash. Okay. That is good enough. Wait, no it isn't. Nope, this one goes across. You've got to make sure that it can support an entire person's weight. Otherwise, what are we doing here? You know? What are we even doing here? These monks clearly have nothing better to do with their time than construct elaborate torture devices. Cross. And then let's outline these two. And then we can just do a nice little dump to fill it up. This little triangle too. I guess I could erase that out after, but... Oh no! I've been foiled. Let's see. Where did I miss? Just that, like, 2 pixel situation. There we go. And now let's paint the... Okay. If you want to be giant for no reason. Brush. Betrayed. There we go. And just a couple things that the fill tool missed. And we can go in. Clipping mask. Dry brush. Cross. There we go. Now the light version. All right. Now let's moment of truth. Wind up. All right. Who wants to spin the wheel of bones? Step right up. Perfect. Let's get the back thing a little bit. Clipping mask. Multiply. I'm gonna get this a little bit darker. Just cause. It's behind it. There we go. Beautiful torture device. Should there be... Nah, it's not really anything around the outside. You can reuse the frame for the... Oh, yeah! I can reuse that frame. Outer edge of the wheel looks too smooth and clean. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. It needs to be kind of rough and maybe something that sticks the bones through. The wheel that allows you to gamble bones. I think the monks would only eat bones that had been powdered in a mortar and pestle as a form of torture. That would be... Ugh. Looks like it's gonna adapt. Is that a reference to something? No, don't use me to try the wheel of bones. It's okay, Echo, I won't. Paul Eastland, you had me at bone. Yes. Echo, you weren't late. I was very early. Let's see. Now it's actually the start of the stream. We've reached the point when I actually said that I would start it. see what else I missed when I was focused in. 90%. Now add rust, rust, and blood. Yes. My favorite torture is waterboarding. Should you have a favorite torture? Are those bones the spokes on the wheel? Yes. We use the friend. Perfect. Okay, let's mess up this edge a little bit, because it is just so clean. I wonder... Let's go in here. Can I do something like this? Like, do a little select. Do a little... Oh, you're not going to let me? This should work. Little select. Let's push this in a little bit. Push that out a little bit. Get reconnect. No, that's not working. I can't liquefy multiple layers either on Procreate. That's a sad thing. Let's see. So I'll just... Oop. I'll manually add a couple, like, nicks in here. There we go. Cut that out. This one's going to be a little bit bigger. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Great. Worse things have been done for longer while on the wrong layer. I've seen enough horror stories. Okay, how about this one's just like a big crack? And then we want some on the inside too, just a little bit. It's starting to look rougher. Let's have this part here warp in. I am going to use that liquefy mode, or not liquefy, but warp. Let's have this one bend in, just get a little messy. Is that too much? What do you think? Is that too much? How does this work, or is it a control for other torture devices? You tie people to it and spin them around. My favorite torture device is knowing the Wheel of Fortune answer 100 years before the contestants do. Oh my gosh, that's so real. It doesn't line up anymore. That's too bad. Let's do it just manually. Come on. I don't know why Procreate does this sometimes, where it, if you switch brushes, or I don't know what the trigger is exactly, but it will just wants to ruin your life. It just wants to like be as big of a brush as it can be for no reason. Like, it's not a feature. Yeah, there we go. That makes it look a little more kind of lifelike. Let's do it over here too. Get rid of that and redo the outline. Kwacha. Okay. This is looking much more organic and not like a hypothetically, for no reason at all, picking this example, did a circle tool on Procreate. There we go. And it feels like the bones would kind of damage it a little bit, so maybe they're like kind of cutting into the structure here. Bum, 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 bum. And then maybe this part like bulges out a little bit more. Back to the color layer, fill that in. There we go. Now it's looking much more messy. Should there be around the outside something that like holds the bones in, like this kind of thing, like nails, do you think? Someone has to think and buy a T. That's my favorite vowel, is T. Wait, am I on the wrong layer? No, I just am on the wrong color. Say hypothetically that these are like these bones are driven in by screws. This one's really messed up though. So we can see the exposed screw here. And it's headless. Not screw. I'm thinking more nails. There we go. This is getting there. I'm always kind of amazed. Like, I always think, oh, it'll be a quick little thing. I'll just draw, like, 10 to 12 decorations today whenever I go to do decorations. And it's like, no, you'll be doing 6 decorations. Maybe, if you draw for a long time. There we go. And now it's time. It's finally time. First, we're going to duplicate the whole deal because I think I want to have a couple different variants of this one. Oh yeah, that's important. Don't get rid of that layer. And then we can do a little splash of blood. Maybe a little bit redder. Whoa, that's pretty brutal right there. And some around there on the outside. They're tied probably to the middle, so that might be where it's most. Let's play with the saturation. Candy blood. Well, actually, I was thinking that's a little too much, but it kind of helps it read. It looks fresh, which is not really that sensible. Because you would expect it more to be kind of dried on. Dried on. Saying my own name like a Pokemon. What if this bone got more like splashed? It's not reading super well. Then maybe this one got splashed as well at some point. Although if this one was here, you could imagine that it might drip down onto this one and then peter out. This is not really curving around. No, this is just actually too much thought to put into this, but whatever. Like, it's gotta kind of be how blood would splatter. This is way too bright now. Holy cow. Okay. You can at least imagine the path that the blood might have taken around this. Okay. That's pretty gruesome. What are we thinking? Sorry for creating nightmares, dripping effect. A wild Dryden appeared. I do sometimes. Looks a bit like wine. Oh yeah, especially when I look at it on this screen, which is way more saturated. It looks so bright. But I need to find that sweet spot of like, it looks like blood. See that's a lot more, well, if you're on on a screen where saturation's high, that looks a lot more like dried blood to me. I mean, it would be almost black, really, so the brightness would be down too. That, I think that looks, wow, it's so different when I look up here when I look down here. This looks like a very deep burgundy, and up here it looks like on its way to magenta. The blood can really be anywhere since the wheel is spun, truth. Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea. The blood should be its own sprite so I can make modular variations. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's Let's see. Let's hue shift it too. So let's go saturation up, shift it toward red. That's the other way. And if we go here, we can go alpha lock, and we can just do it all over in red. There's no way. There we go. I think that kind of makes the most sense. Gotta take off the alpha lock now. Whoa. What's going on there? Oh, that's right. There we go. But if that's that covered, what is going on here? Let me draw. There we go. Now it kind of looks like that's one big problem. Okay. Agreed. I don't know if that missing E is on purpose to get the word red in there. Oh, fireworks outside your house. Happy 4th. It's here. Hi there. Just came over to the stream to say good luck with drawing. Hope to do gonna do some drawings as well. Nice. We can draw together. It's a fun Easter egg. Make it so the blue is sometimes gold. Gold blood. Even my screen is messed up. It's a bit to the pink. Shift to the orange. Let's shift it to orange. Or more orangey. And see what happens then. Let's go back to alpha lock. Cut it over. That actually doesn't look any different to me. Weirdly. Ooh. That's too bright. That looks right to me. Okay. It's the 3rd. Yeah, it's almost the 4th. People go wild. Yeah, it really does just depend on how fresh. I don't want it to look that fresh. Oh. Maybe there honestly should be a mixture. Like, this was used today, but it was also used a month ago. So maybe this is like a black, really old blood area. This one got soaked. No, probably not. Rough. Okay. We should move on to another one. We can reuse this, like Mauricio was saying, for the Judas. What was it called? Judas Chalice? What was that? I still have it up. Judas Cradle. Yeah, that's pretty darn close to what that is already, except the top would be more metal. So let's take that let's take this and let's just add a layer of metal. Real simple. Then this, a couple of these lines need to be gone now. Wow, that's suddenly very convincing. The thing with these, not always, but they tend to come to a very fine point, it seems like. Oh, just in case anybody's new here, let's do a screen over here. This is the Judas Cradle. Not a super fun way to get messed up. Oof. Oof. And again, our friend the anime girl. Oh boy. Woof. Yeah, comfy. This is the kind of thing that you would want in your sitting room. Okay, back to the iPad. I need this to fix my back. All right, so let's give it a nice fine point, shall we? Classic Judas Cradle. And then this. Now this should have some definite blood on it. Definite rust on it. Let's see, it would definitely kind of trail. Ugh. That's rough. And let's get some like nice burnt orange. That's a little too bright, I think, for rust. There we go. Especially probably on the bottom edge. That's where we'd see the most. Because if anything like pooled, corroded there. And then some... what's going on? What's my brush? There we go. Yeah, that's looking pretty pretty brutal right about now. All right, what am I messing up here? Torture contraptions, yes. You say games make you violent. No, violence makes you games. Hey, everyone just joined. Welcome, Priya Swift. What are we working on? We're working on this. Yeah, this is torture devices for the pain zone. Make the tip shiny so it stands out. That's also true. I should get in here with a, at the very least, here's an add layer. And let's just, oh, what on earth? I didn't make it a clipping mask, okay. Can add a little bit of something. The light sort of comes from everywhere in this setup because we don't really know where the light's coming from. So imagine that there. Let's bring back the oh, L, literally L. Add. Okay. Let's get rid of the. Nope, not that. Let's get rid of the sketch. Yeah, so we kind of wanted to fade into the background anyway, but I think that's going to be enough definition. Now we need to make sure it's not getting outside. It's what did I miss? Is there something somewhere that's maybe it's oh that's right because it's on this one. I copied it. This is the top layer. That's yeah. Now I get it. Much better. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else about how these are set up? Not really. Pretty simple device we've got here. Wild. Okay. Let's get these ones out of there too. Rogue pixels. That nobody will be able to see anyway. But that's okay. We will know. Cool. Oh, the bones are looking really bright. If I didn't know better, and I don't. For the purposes of this, I don't know better. I would think those were interactable. So let's darken them up some more. So they look a little more like background bones. Oh, that's the duplicated one. What that? Ooh, that's too dark. That doesn't look like they're bones anymore. That's already more tame. But now this, what if I switch this to a multiply layer? Does that work? What was that? Oh, that was our, we have to take this back to normal layer. Then maybe I can get away with this. Maybe. Hmm. No, I don't think so. All right, all right. Clean it up. We'll get a different yellow in there. Oh, what on earth? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. We'll just have to do this again with a little darker yellow, because now it just looks wacky, right? With this buttery yellow and on the dark gray bones. This looks much more in line. Dark bones that are darkened. See you later, lad, the one and only. Hope the cats are okay. Oh, that would have been way easier to just multiply a layer with 50% gray. No, Echo, it's something much worse than the steering wheel of the pirate ship. Yeah, they don't look green on this screen. They look super green on that screen. I wonder if it's OBS that's doing this. What if I did, what if I did a color layer just to shift that over? This hasn't done very much. So I'm not doing anything at all. Okay, let's do a multiply. There we go. Now they kind of look yellowed. They don't look like you get to pick them up. See you later, James Ghost Tree. Thanks for stopping by. Red Velvet finally made it on time to the first stream of yours. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Okay. Yeah, everything in this at least here, as I'm looking up at the screen, it looks like everything has this green tint over it that it does not have. Kind of weird. Okay, what horrible thing should we draw next? We've got the Spanish donkey. Sort of a similar idea here as the Judas cradle. We should do some stocks. Those are nice and simple. Oh, should we do the brazen bull? Iron Maiden, but it's the band Iron Maiden. Yeah, you just walk down and there they are. I would quote an Iron Maiden song, but I don't think I know one. I mean, I'm sure I've heard one before, but I cannot summon it off the top of my head. There we go. Now you can just have a little seat there. Okay. Now the bull, brazen bull, terrifying. So this has like a, here I'll share so you all can be a part of this wonderful thing. So this has like a wood burning stove under it, seemingly, or some kind of fire pit, and then inside it's like golden hollow. This will be fun. Oh yeah, we've got to have a stretcher too. We're gonna do that too. For all the okay, it looks quite brown to you. Okay, that's good at least. Okay, let's do this brazen bull. This one's gonna be large, right? It's gotta be. Let's put this on the highest layer so we know what's going on here. Can't say I've ever drawn a cow before or a bull. Let's get these guys out of the way. Group. What? Oh. So we've got some more room for our cow. Oh, you gotta be careful not to Go up here in the corner. Just a little tidy up. Oh no, very bad. Because I'm getting the shading layers of one interacting with the other. There we go. So the bowl's going to be big. The bowl's going to be like... I think we could do like a... Could we even do a 4x2? Like, if it's like this. I think it's probably going to have to be to make sense. It's a little bit lowered head. Moo. Straight out like that. Kind of getting that. Neck comes down a little more. More belly space, because you know you gotta get in there, right? I tend to have like a little of that. Shaping the cow. There we go. And then the haunches. These kind of a lot narrower than you think. These legs. That's probably a little too extreme on the haunches. There we go. Oh, you can't see anything. Sorry. I'm describing it so vividly though, right? Like you can see it in your mind. Okay, so more cow. How are we looking? Let's see. There we go. That's looking a little more cow-like. There we go. That's kind of the jaw there. And the eye would go about there. Bull horns. There's kind of a little bump right there. Little bump, and then we go back. How are we looking? Look up constructed drawing of cow to get the proportions. Oh, that's a good idea. I almost never do anything like that. I just make it up. Okay. Need a side view. Give me the side view. Oh, that's a good side view. It's not terribly far off. I do think that this head is too high. Then also, needs to be rotated a little bit, so let's kind of cut that. Let's see, getting somewhere, getting closer. This kind of comes in. More stretched out. A little more sheen there. Then the tail. We like that. A little bit stylized, but that's kind of fun. Allow boneless cow because it leads to bones. Spineless cow. Well, it has to be a pretty big. It has to be big because, of course, you want to be able to put a person inside of this and light a fire underneath it because that's a fun thing that people came up with to do to other people. There's no way that tail is right. We have it connect like that. That kind of is a little bit like it's a sculpture of a cow, And that would be like a good way, I feel like, to connect the sculpture back so that it was more. Okay, then the back leg is absolutely off the rails here. Let's see. Kind of the muscles gotta go like this, and then they kind of go like that. That's a bull back. Let's get this here. Hoof. Hoof. Erase out the hoof. There it is. Okay, now what's this other one going to be doing? How about that? Still has that backwards joint. It's not backwards to him. It's just backwards to me. That's relative. There we go. Won't actually be that dark probably, but okay. That's, that's good enough. Enemies spawn from the cow. Oh my gosh, I have a horrific idea. Oh god. The way you sketch is really neat. Very simple shape based reminds me of traditional painting. Oh, thank you. I kind of like just mushing things around. Almost more than I like finding outlines and stuff like that. Like more drawing style. Okay, that actually looks not terrible. Now, if I wanted, so now it does have to have a little opening on the bottom, I think, right? Is it on the bottom? How do people get into these things? Oh, in the top? That seems unreasonable. Or is it like a whole... Yeah, the golden calf in front of Wall Street. This is a metaphor. I mean, Baal or Baal. It could be. This could be the idol. So it looks like a lot of them have like a more of the hatch on the top. Like that. If I wanted to animate that so that something could pop out of it, horrifying. Could maybe do that. And just do like this and then draw an open version. Pops open super fast and then a burning thing comes out of it. How do the horns connect? Oh, they're really more like that. A lot of times it looks like the mouths of these are open too. Wow. Oh. Wow. We're getting somewhere. If anybody new has come in and you're like, what is happening here? I'm afraid the explanation won't help you out very much. It won't make you less worried. But this is a torture device of some sort. I don't know what the origin of it is, but you get put in it and then a fire is lit underneath it. Let's make our little cozy campfire here. And then you get burned. You get really superheated. Well, what is kind of nice though is that if there is a fire under it, which there should be in the game, then that would provide you with some light. So there is a little bit of an upside to this situation. Yeah, this is exactly what they do with the Bronze Bull in NYC. Oh, it's ancient Greece. Okay, thank you. Thanks for that context. The enemies spawn out of until you light the fire underneath. See, I'm thinking that it's going to be like burning enemies that could pop out of this because I had an idea for an enemy in this area that's always burning and it deals contact damage to you if you get into it. But like if they popped out of this, that's great. And by great, I mean literally awful. but but very appropriate, very on brand for the chained monastery. Okay. Let me go return to my constructive drawing of the bull. See what I'm missing here. That bull is a lot leaner than the bull that I have up. But still, let's get something out of it. Like like muscle or something that goes across there. Oh yeah, this is a very characteristic like bull thing. It's like rolls around the neck. Not sure what exactly they're made of. If that's just like skin, it helps it move. That'd be something there. Okay, I think we're good to start some line work on this guy. Let's get rid of the background again. I'm going to start here. If this is going to be interactable, then I want it to have wider lines by a little bit. You can light the fire for light, but the trade-off is it spawns enemies. Oh, that would, yeah. Although you want to get out of places so quickly anyway in this game, it's kind of like hard to get any value out of like a stationary light source. With the bulb flies, they'll follow you around and like that's nice. Theoretically, until you get misjudge the distance and you get zapped. Oh, let's have that trace back around. Then these will get tapered off. Slash, slash. Okay. Don't forget the horns. And line work. Oh. Yeah, that wow. That line went a lot better than I was anticipating. Okay, I think that's good enough for that. Let's do a slightly smaller line in here. Oh. And here's the handle. There we go. I was about to be horrified if I did that all on the already painted layer. Yeah, that would be start over. Bye, Paul. Thanks for stopping by. Could we have a new item in the game that complements this? Ooh, yeah. Maybe the incentive to light the area is that the area is normally very dark with few other light sources. Yeah, it would make sense. What coding language do you use? Only C sharp. I only know C sharp. Is that a brazen bull? Wow, Sirefly coming in just sniper shot. That it is a brazen bull. Me, if you met what happens when we die IRL, I'd be curious why you're asking a game dev and not God. Coin cow, coin cow. That's the language I've been learning. Any tips? Have you been learning it with Unity? I did forget to outline that fourth leg. Thank you, Conrad. Um, Depends on how far along you are. It's hard to say, but one of the things that kind of made me get better at C sharp, in at least in the context of Unity, was challenging myself to use the update loop as little as possible. Once you start trying to do that, you start looking for other solutions like the observer pattern and actions and stuff like that. And you start to think about it really differently rather than just like, oh, something is going to happen every frame, and then I have to figure out how to respond to that within that frame. If that makes any sense, what I just said. Just, likely it doesn't. But it just leads you down the path to like doing stuff a little more efficiently and forces you to learn new concepts. Okay. Now we got kind of like the cuffs around the neck going. Let's see what this looks like when I take away this layer. Okay, I'm not horrified. That looks okay. We'll have to... Come on! I hate it when it does that. Oh. Procreate's hitting all my buttons today. The like auto switching to eraser button. The maxing out the size of the brush instantly button. Okay. Let's get some color in there. Let's take the exact gold of this. Let's try that thing where we just duplicate the layer and dump. Way faster. Perfect. Okay. Clipping mask. Let's get the shading in. That part of the tail looks a little too... I don't think it does actually look too thick. Oh yeah, I just realized that that is not really... That's like a dog's mouth, you know? Like how it goes up a lot further into the head. Although it does look pretty evil. I might end up going back on that and keeping it. Let's see. What does it actually look like? Yeah, bull mouths are like very at the end there. I do. I am a little bit concerned. Let's go face only for a second. Let's just bring a Samuel in there. Hiding spoilers. See, but Samuel's going to be about that big. So this bull is like way too over outlined. That's going to be a pain. Needs to be much more like that, even if I might just have to deal with this later because it's going to be too annoying to do on stream. I like the way that it looks in isolation right now, but it's going to look terrible in the game. This is just something I've started doing recently is if something's metallic, I shade it with a soft brush instead of the usual. And it doesn't, I'm still new to shading with this thing, so I don't always like the results immediately. And it still has to be kind of rough, like. So I'm still gonna have to come in here with the spectra brush and do the texture thingy. Dab, dab. Right. So it's going to be hard to shade with dynamic light moving around it. The strategy that I usually use for this is just to do all the way around the edges, which is basically how Hollow Knight does it. Like they just pretend like there's light kind of coming from all directions, like this. Oop. So every edge is lit a little bit. Unless it's like very occluded, like the bottom here probably wouldn't be because it's occluded by the rest of the shape itself. And then there would be some in here too. So I'll have to end up coming in here and just kind of like getting rid of some of this zone to make it look okay. And these usually need a lot more like blending too. There's always the possibility also that if I get this into the game and it just looks absolutely bonkers. And then I have to, but that's why I keep it as separate layers so that so I can fix it. Let's try my key thing of messing it up with some little lines. So usually you do this to distress things, and it's kind of weird to have this be like it's this metal thing. I feel like adding bones would make it fit more into the theme of the game. The bones, you provide the bones when you get inside. What if I have like no logic or plan apparently for the shading. It's just like, oh, here's a layer. Okay, here's another layer. Here's another one. It's gonna mess me up later. Let's see if I can get out some from the middle of this. Yes, I don't know if you know this, but brazen bulls have a horn-like device in them to make the screams sound like bull noises. Somebody pointed that out earlier, and that is horrifying in every way. What else am I missing? Yes, this is the chained monastery, or this is going into the chained monastery. Might as well start eating away some of these lines now. Gonna have to do it later anyway. Another thing that I might consider doing is actually giving these lines some color so that they aren't just completely black. Kind of also depends on whether or not this is going to be like how interactable this thing is going to be. Is it just going to be a spawner? Is it going to be a spawner that you can destroy? You like finalizing art before you know what it's going to be for. That's actually best practices. I don't know if you knew that. But it is fun. There we go. Thinning that out. Let's thin this out. That and that. Just really simplify this whole experience. Oh, that's also going to be another problem is like if the light is on the fire, like the fire is going to be lighting this from underneath. I hate that for me. It's going to be very hard to make that look at all natural. I mean, I guess I can just I can apply 2D light in Unity. I could give it a sprite, a shape of a sprite that like kind of cuts it out like a mask. That's one approach. Another approach would be to just have the circular light and say, that's what you get. There's a circular light on this fire, and it's going to light up the cow, and you are not going to get the contour of the cow. Beyond what I'm already baking into the sprite. Okay. Now that back leg looks defined. Okay, just as an oh, wait. One more step. Come on. There we go. Just as an experiment, let's see what happens if we make this, if we alpha lock this and make it like a dark brown. YouTube. Separate specular layer for the underside that turns on with fire lit and have it pulse animate bloom. That would be really nice. What the bowl do? It tortures people. Actually, I don't mind this with the let's see if having some of it be darker than other would that's not the part we want to be the darkest. I don't loathe this, although the way that I did this makes it somewhat uneven, so I'll probably have to go back over it again just to like make it clean. But I kind of like the not black outline on this. I feel like that's a rare. Yeah, I think you're right. It still needs to be thinner outline. Oh, on the wrong thing. Turn off the alpha lock. So anyway, I think let's leave this one be. Yeah, it might have been faster to just redraw the outline because I already have the outline. So just it would just be tracing over it like quite easy. Everything in the monastery is quite plain, which makes the bowl feel out of place. Yeah. I'll have to make it make sense. What if it is smaller? That's that's not so bad. Although now I notice that the hooves are slightly misaligned. Great. Shouldn't be too bad though. I can just let's do one more torture device. Wait, what time is it? It's 9:07. Actually, we shouldn't do one more torture device. I've happens. Oh, I should add a guillotine. Um, since I've been streaming for 2 hours now, I know that's chump change for some people, but I should probably go hang out with my husband and stuff. Oh, Ducky LaRue, just stopping by to say hi. Have a wonderful stream. Thank you. Oh, Kai is here too. Oh my gosh, everybody's stopping by right when I'm wrapping up. Enemies that spawn from it should wear towels like they're exiting a sauna. But also execution. Seems strange to have an execution device in a search for immortality. Maybe they just do like a little bowl. They just not full, not all the way. They just hang out in there for a while. We just make all the torture devices fancy to show up how much they love pain. What if you have blood coming out of the hatch area? That would balance out the colors. I also do still need to distress this quite a bit. Like I think like it should be kind of not rusted necessarily because I don't think it's made of iron, but like I guess if it was brass, what kind of I think it's usually made of brass, right? What's brass patina look like? Hmm. Oxidized brass. I guess it does go it goes to a kind of blue is what I'm seeing here. I'll have to workshop that. Hey, Jake's here. He might in a non-PNG form make an appearance on the channel. We'll see. Microdosing on bowls. Yeah, see exactly. Husband hang out on stream. Kill two birds with one stone. He's here watching and moderating because you all are too rowdy. This is on this chill stream. All right. Well, I said I was going to wrap up. I'll probably draw some more torture devices before the next devlog, so you can see what horrible things you've inspired. But thank you for being here, and this has been a great time, and I will see you on Friday for the devlog premiere, hopefully. And if you're new here, wishlist Disinherited and all that stuff. All right. See ya.